Are your key messages important? Not necessarily. I get invited by PR companies and companies to train up people who are going to be speaking with media, who are going to become spokespeople, people who are going to share the key messages of the corporation, the company that they work for. And I have news for you. Your key messages aren't always going to make the cut. The journalist could literally cut them out of the interview if they are boring, not relevant, don't move the conversation forward, don't make sense, aren't interesting. So, are your key messages important? Yes, they are. They're important to you, to your world. But if you don't make them important to the people interviewing you, the people in the audience, the people who are going to buy from you, then no, they're not important. They're a waste of time, to be perfectly honest. So this is the thing, right? I get invited in to train people, and there was this one guy I remember very clearly. He was the PR guy, and he said to me he has never seen anyone train the way I do. Because you see, what he wanted me to do was create different scenarios where the client, the spokesperson, could use their key messages in every single type of situation, weave it in, bring it in, reiterate it, whereas what I was doing was I was taking a big step back and I was explaining and sharing and teaching the fundamentals of what it means to communicate effectively, of how to get whoever it is that they are speaking to, so the stakeholder, it could be an audience, it could be a client, it could be your peers in the industry, how to get them to care about what you're saying, to pay attention, to be interested in what you are sharing. Because if you don't do these things, then the rest is just a waste of time. Just speaking your key messages without context, without why they should care, without it being relevant, is going to be a waste of your time and a waste of the time of whoever's interviewing you, if the purpose is to enlighten people, to get them to think of you and what you're doing and what your company is all about every time they have a certain type of problem. Surely that is the purpose of creating these key messages, right? It's the association, that link. We have this issue. I know just the company, the person, the corporation, the expert who can deal with it, because you are front of mind, because you stuck in their mind, because you were interesting, relevant. They were tuning into what you were saying and they remember you. And so they get in touch when they need what you're selling, basically. If you don't do this, then really all you're doing is you're filling space and time. But you're not moving things forward. You're not moving the needle, the conversation. And for me, that's a sin. The thing that we don't own, but really need to respect, is time. Time. Your time, other people's time. And here's the thing. If you, I don't want to say waste people's time, because you're not deliberately going out there to waste people's time, but basically if they don't get something from the interaction, from interviewing you, from listening to you, from spending their time with you, if they don't get something from that, then they're not going to call you. They will not call you for another interview, for another speaker slot at a conference, for example, or when your ideal client has a problem. They're just not going to get in touch because you consumed their time, but you didn't give them anything in return, right? And so think about this. Every time you have the opportunity to share what you do, what your company does, what your big thing is, what your expertise, how you can help, basically, think of it as an opportunity lost if you don't interest whoever it is you're speaking with, if you are not going to be front of mind when they have a problem that you can solve. It's a waste of your time and it's a waste of their time. So, are your key messages important? Yes, they are to you, but you want them to be important to other people. Getting context, knowing trends, figuring out other things going on, and most importantly, the pain and pleasure, the problem that you solve for your client, for your audience, for your stakeholder that you're speaking with is key. That's your key. That is the key. And the message follows. Okay, so if you have any questions, please get in touch. Post your comments if you have any queries, experiences, thoughts around this. And yeah, how about taking a step back and thinking of, investing in learning how to communicate effectively with impact and influence. That's the key. Your messaging will follow accordingly. It will be effective, have impact, and influence the people that you're speaking with to take action, to get in touch, to have you front of mind. I'll see you next time. Hit subscribe. Bye. I hope things are good in your world. You know what? I'm making a commitment to this space to create more content around what I know to be true, things that I think are really important to share with you that'll make a big difference in your life, that'll help you sustain your success. So if this is the kind of thing that's interesting to you, if you like what you just saw and heard, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It'll make a huge difference to me because it means that you want more, and I will give you more. More of the stuff that I know will mean the difference between you being chosen or not, sustaining yourself and your success or not, and having choice, you know? How about it? Hit the subscribe button. It would mean a world of difference to me.